Hello, everyone. We welcome you all to the highlights of this crucial fixture, the second semi-final that was played between Diamond Harbour Football Club and Services FT. And that was how the starting 11 looked like for both the teams. It was a brilliant battle, both the teams showing that they were made of the highest of caliber. Of course, there were moments of nerve, and then we had our revered dignitaries shaking hands. A wonderful moments for the players, a wonderful moment for the players and the officials as well. And just the pre-match rituals, smiles before the rivalry resumed, and then the huddles, quick strategies being discussed as we got underway here at the Paljo Stadium. Both the teams came up with significant bit of attacks. That was a lovely move in the making and very well defended as well. And then Amarnath Baski came up with a fine chance from the right, laying it off for Akib Nawab. And slowly and steadily the game started, oscillating to and fro from one end to the other. Good save from Irshad Michu at the near post. Another lovely ball, Bikramjeet Singh with that curling header, but unfortunately found the defender. That was the first yellow card shown to Amarnath Baski, who would later go on to get another yellow card and eventually get the marching orders. This is a fine free kick, missed out its mark, and then this should have been put in. Deepu Haldar with a brilliant opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't really make the most. And this time, the yellow card going the different direction. Bikramjeet with a fine floater into the box. And then the game got a bit physical as well, both the teams coming up with a show of their own. And Bikramjeet just trying to calm things down. Shridath with a lovely ball in front. And Norahuri Sreshta, before he could pull the trigger, those were slam shot. Boina Hussain was also stopped emphatically. And then Akib Nawab trying to get past his marker, lost his position. And another lovely ball kept out of play. However, Services, they were not going down so easy. That was a brilliant goal line save. It was eventually Bikramjeet first letting the ball slide and then came back with a strong redemption arc. But this move is where things started looking sketchy. Another one of those long drives, but it missed out its mark. And then taking a bit of a tumble. Another gentle chip forward. And Bikramjeet did the honours. And from this move, it was the first goal of the game. A howler there from Irshad Michu. And that was punished with extreme prejudice as Shubham Rana made no mistake, point blank range, and he poked the ball without breaking a sweat. And from there on, it was a game that had the elements of greatness, and yet Services, they ensured that they simply didn't let Diamond Harbour Football Club taking flight. It was an early corner for Diamond Harbour Football Club in the second half, wonderfully captured by Gagandeep. And Akib Nawab with another fine chance, but it just didn't go right. And the decisive corner and a thumping header came in from SK Prem Kumar, sealing the fate of the game. No chance whatsoever for Irshad Michu, couldn't even flinch an inch, was stranded, was rooted to his position as the ball sailed into the net. And from there on, Diamond Harbour Football Club did create quite a few chances, but once again, that final touch, the decisive move, was cut short in their tracks. And it was the near post that kept on being attacked when the attacks were coming in from the left. And this was a lovely move altogether in the making. Akib Nawab laying it off for his teammate, and Gante almost teeing off Narahori Sreshta, but Sreshta couldn't just slide the ball in. The game was physical, to be honest. Quite a few fouls, quite a few pushes and shoves. And eventually, this foul is what led to the second yellow card for Amarnath Baski and the marching orders, forcing him out of the game and forcing Diamond Harbour Football Club to play with 10 men for the remainder of the fixture. And services, they looked a lot more bold. They looked a lot more brave while they were out hunting for those chances, hoping to put a third goal and put this game to bed once and for all. There was a fine shot in the making, took a deflection along the way from Shubham Rana. Shubham Rana was absolutely incredible today. Every single time he had a shy at the net, he didn't hesitate. There was another corner retaken, and this should have been at least the first goal. But the first touch was all over the place, and as we say, first touches are important. There was another fine run, and eventually followed by a long drive. And a decent back header, Gagandeep finally coming up with a critical save, helping his team to stay afloat in this fixture. Another fine move in the making, Norahori Srishna trying to cushion one for his teammate. Unfortunately, the shot never really worked in their favour. Gangte did well to go for that outside dodge, eventually came in with a very strong shot. Another corner, but straight into the hands of Mirshad Michu. The game kept on oscillating from one end to the other, but eventually Gagandeep was the messiah. That was a fine shot, but it wasn't on target, and that's how the game came to an end. And we have our second finalist, who will be meeting Rajasthan United in the finals, and it's none other than Services football team. What a tournament they had. 4 wins on the trot, and now they find themselves one huddle short. The final scoreline, Services 2, Diamond Harbour Football Club 0. Thank you everyone for joining in.